of helloGOV. So helloGOV is focused on making it really, really easy to call your elected representatives. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how we thought about this and then actually show you a demo of what we built just in this weekend. So the origin of this, I think, was that several of us who came to this event, and I think this resonates with so many of us here, felt like after this election, so many people want their voices heard in politics, but they're really not sure how to get started. And I think as we looked around, we saw, there's many, many ways to engage, and there's obviously a lot of really great work that you can do in a lot of areas. But one that's often overlooked is that actually calling elected representatives on the phone is a really effective way of having your voice heard. And we had some folks in our group who actually worked as congressional staffers, and they talked about what that experience was like, and the fact that unlike just signing petitions online or sending emails, calls can actually make a real difference. But we often don't know who to call or about what. So for example, how many of you in here have called your elected representative, say, like in the last 6 months? All right, so like maybe we got 10% of the room, if that, right? So we should really be doing more of this given how important it is. So helloGOV is something we developed over the weekend as a mobile service to help you make your first call. So for a lot of us, we've maybe never done it before, and to help you keep making calls and encourage your friends to make calls too. So let's walk through what this would actually look like. So imagine that your friend shared on Facebook that she had just made a call, and she made that call through helloGOV. So you can actually go ahead and click, and it's going to take you to download our mobile app. So I'm going to switch over to my phone to actually show you guys what that looks like.
I'm a bold move.
Fingers crossed. Let's see. It's going to show up. Woohoo! All right, there it is. So this is an actual app that we built this weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and we just need a little bit of information first. So the key thing we need is your street address, because that allows us to figure out who your elected representatives are. So I go ahead and submit that, and it brings up that the most relevant person for me to be calling right now is Barbara Boxer. And I'm going to see a list of issues that I could talk to her about and actually make the call. So let's go. So here's the set of issues, and this is really derived from the view that the bills that legislators are coming to vote on very soon are actually the most relevant thing for them to be calling about. So this can actually be informed by GovTrack and other sources that allow us to understand what bills are coming up for a vote. So I'm interested in this case, in the advertising and media piece, because I really care about the role of money in politics and the role that advertising plays. So I can see here that there's a bill that's coming up that's going to be voted on real soon, and I can see a summary of it. And I can say, okay, you know what, I'm going to call and make a call about that. I get a little script that tells me some information about how I should speak. We've heard it's really, really important to identify that you actually live in the district. That's actually something that really matters, because the people in the district are the ones who they're accountable to. So I can actually go ahead and kick off that call. And we've built a really, really cool call integration. So I actually want to call up Levy from our team, who built it and is going to show you how it works.
So I'm going to start the call in just a minute, and you'll notice when I do the phone number that there's going to be a 4-digit PIN. And basically, this is a 4-digit PIN that expires after a certain amount of time, and it identifies you to our, to our system. So let's call. Who are we calling? Barbara Boxer. All right, let's go. Here we go. This is my PIN.
Welcome to helloGOV, Bill. Do you want to learn more about advertising and media issues? Press 1 to hear more, or 2 to talk to Senator Barbara Boxer directly.
All right, let's talk to Barbara Boxer directly.
Calling Senator Barbara Boxer.
Hello, this is Senator Barbara Boxer, and I really want to thank you for calling my office. If you'd like to leave a comment about an issue, please press 1.
Let's do it.
Thank you for calling the office of Senator Barbara Boxer. Your opinions are very important to us. This message box is checked regularly so you can be sure that your opinion will be heard. Please leave a comment after the tone. Thanks again for calling.
Hi, Barbara. This is Levy Klotz. I'm somebody that lives in San Francisco and believes very strongly that the advertising and media bill should be passed, along with probably like 50 other people. So yeah, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you represent our interests. So after making this call, I get to share this this call that I made on Facebook, and hopefully, that will encourage my friends to go out and do the next thing. And I want to call on Kate. Where's Kate? I want to call on Kate to show other ways that we can you can interact with this product.
Thanks so much. I am Kate, and if you work at a mobile app, you know that one of the biggest issues that we all face is getting people to actually download it. So we actually get a lot more engagement on messaging apps these days, even in the top 4 social apps. So we built a little integration that's a web app that sort of sits right inside Facebook Messenger. So I would actually like to find out who my representative is. Yes, let's do that. All right, I would normally enter in my whole street address, but for the sake of today, I'm just gonna put in the part it's looking for, which is that I'm from California. I can see that my senators are Barbara Boxer and Dianne Feinstein. And let's look for an issue. I just select healthcare, which you'll notice some of these are all the same issues that we had looked at inside of our app. So it looks like we have a Mental Health Care Reform Act of 2016 bill to amend the Public Health Service Act to provide comprehensive mental health reform. That sounds pretty cool. And I think I am yes. Let's ready to go. Sounds good. Oh, we may have hit a snag. All right, oh, no, where are we going? Review call script. All right, so I think I've got my call script here. It repeats the same one we had inside the app. I am ready, so I'm gonna type in yes. And there is that same link with the pin again, so I can call straight through and get connected, and I didn't even really need to download the app. I just did it right inside Facebook Messenger. And there we go. I can now make another call and get another list of issues to try again, or I can just click through and get the app. So there you go, on 3 different platforms, same thing.
So I can't say how proud of this team I am. There was so much work that was done in just a weekend. We built basically 2 products. So if you go to hellogov.org, you can actually sign up, and once we actually get the app in the App Store, you can go ahead and download it. So thank you so much, and I'll turn it over to the next group.
Wow.